that championship, you got to earn it for spot. So, Rashard Robinson, he will be suspended for the first 2 games of the season. I know. A lot of people will say, man, he's a nobody. He would not make the team anyhow, right? I hear that, but you are only as strong as your weakest link. And I know he's a special teams guy. He played in some games last season, by the way. You never know when your number will be called. And my thing is, the example need to be set now. And I'm not sitting here saying that the kid deserved to be cut or the kid just can't play, so we should sully and denigrate him. No, he probably was looking at it like, man, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to better my best. Let me take this particular supplement so that I can be on the field, so I can recover fast, whatever it may be. But at some point, we got to see this organization crack the whip. At some point, we got to see this organization make a stance and really get rid of some of these guys when the first incident occurred. We do. We got to see that, because this team, in order to establish the tenacity, the tone, the mindset of the team, sometimes you need to have that enforcer. You flat out do. But like I said, it could be a situation that he actually thought that, hey, if I can do a little bit of this, if I can do a little bit of that, then I can improve just by a little bit, and so that I can get the recognition. Because this DB class, as it relates to the draft, it's going to be a real tough one. It's really going to be a tough one. And the competition should be so strong. Flat out, it should be one of those situations where you sit back and you look at yourself and be like, man, Diggs, he got to bring a lot to the table. Even if the off the field situation with the I forgot her name, Chinese Kitty, I think that's her name, Chinese Kitty. Even with that, whether it be distractions, whether it be this or that, sophomore slump, he gonna have to be ready, because everyone have a reason, but results are what matter, right? Maurice Kennedy, he really gonna have to bring it, because last season he said, hey, I'm opting out. Family is important, which is a noble thing for him to do, right? To honor his family wishes, to stay with the family due to the pandemic and these sorts. But this world don't care about that now. This world about results, right? And say, okay, cool. You set out a year, you got some coins after that too. Not like you were sitting with no payment. So you got some paper, but now we want to see what you can bring to the table, right? This is no holds bar, right? Oh, Jordan Lewis, you saw your contemporaries from last year. They no longer on this team. Cheeto Woozier and Xavier Woods. So out of that class, you the one survived. And I believe that they had more start time than you. Right? So you better show us something. Anthony Brown, what Brown can do for you, right? People going to be looking at it like, okay, you made this team back in 2016. We really want to see some more and more results. We want to see no excuses left on the field. We want to see what you can bring to the table. You the one put the chip on the back of your shoulder, right? Well, we want to see you play with that chip on your shoulder. We're going to have to gouge it out, carve it away, right? So this particular secondary unit, and then, of course, you got the KZs, and you have the interchangeable guy, Keanu O'Neal, because I'm quite sure he will play some defensive back responsibilities, although he will be labeled as a will linebacker. We got to see something. We really, 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 really do. Now, Rashard Robinson, there's two ways we can look at this. And, of course, I left out Reggie Robinson, right? When the news first reported, I thought it was Reggie. I was sitting there like, whoa, come on, Reggie. You my dark horse out there, this thing, man. You got to show us something. Then I looked again and I said, okay, it's Rashard. Okay, good. But still, I believe that this staff need to treat the person that's carrying the water all the way to the superstar as rough and rugged as possible. They need to establish that mindset of saying, we ain't letting nobody off the hook. All of this stuff starts 0-0. Everybody job is in questioning. I think that's what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach said. Every single person, we start back at 0. And if you want that championship, you got to earn it for spot. Now, of course, you can say that and it echoes loud throughout the chambers of the locker room and throughout the stadium because of the fact that you just won the Super Bowl. Your word is heavier, right? But the mentality should be the same over here in Dallas land. So if you're late, man, let me tell you how they can iron out all of this. Just let's hear me out. If you late, in your positioning group, everybody late. If one of the defensive linemen, remember the story that leaked out that Tristan Hill fell asleep in class? Everybody got to do some consequences and repercussions. Every unit during this offseason, if one get in trouble, all y'all get in trouble. As it relates to the individual units, I guarantee you things will start snapping up and shaping up. And I know that's kind of like middle schoolish / high schoolish. But sometimes when you're establishing that culture change and discipline, because I believe that this is going on 5 or more years. I think it's more than 5 years. I don't have the exact number of somebody on the defensive side being suspended before the start of the season. Now, let's say Rashard Robinson have a damn good offseason camp, right? Means nothing because for the first 2 weeks, he can't play. Now we have to give somebody else those reps and those opportunities. It flat out can happen, right? So what I'm saying is that you should not give nobody leadway. You should give nobody, hey, you're privileged because you've been on this team longer. No. Everybody got to look. Old folks, right? Every tub must sit on his own bottom, right? Every tub. So all of these guys that's on this team need to hold each other accountable. I love the saying, each one teach one, but accountability starts now. Waking up early, being 15 minutes before the meeting, being there. If you're on time, you're late. And that's what my coach used to say, if you're on time, you're late. But coach, no, you're late. Set the example. The tone starts now. The Super Bowl pathway starts now. And you got to establish that momentum and that mindset now. So don't come to me saying that, hey, well, he's a nobody. Well, no, you are only strong as your weakest link. When they find chink in the armor, that's where they're going to penetrate at. When they can find some ambiguity in this situation, that's where they're going to focus on. Newsflash. Some battles are won and lost with the special teams. 3 phases of football. 3 phases. I call it 4 phases. But we already know offense, defense, right? Special team. Coaching is that final phase because the coaching is supposed to be able to cement this thing. And let me use this as an analogy. Like a knot on a rope when the opposing forces are against that particular coach's philosophy or the player's philosophy and mindset, they're supposed to get tighter. That's what that knot on that rope's supposed to be. Get tighter. So this organization, this team, everybody should get tighter when the opposing forces are pulling on them. Cowboy Nation, that's all the time that I have for this beautiful moment. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and Beyond. Rashard Robinson, I hope that this will be a learning lesson for you, and maybe the substance that you use can help elevate you for that moment and get you focused in. I hope it could be just one of those technicalities that it was a misread on a test. Who knows, right? That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.